Alright, I am standing outside my wet bay. It is time for me to drain my gray tank. So, this is the first time I've done this. I have already put out the hose, so this is the Sanicon here, and the 1-inch hose. It goes into a little grommet here, and the head of the Sanicon obviously fits through here, so you can get a nice connection here that helps keep the rodents out. And you'll see what I've done here is I've connected a garden hose. From what I've read online, it needs to be, or should be, a 3/4 inch inside diameter hose. So I just, on Amazon, I searched for a contractor grade 3/4 inch inside diameter hose. Hook that right up. That's a standard garden hose fitting on the end of the Sanicon. And that hose runs into my toilet. And I'm going to dump gray water. So, from what I understand, you need to make sure that this valve is closed, which cuts the standard 3-inch gravity dump off. And I am going to want to open up the Sanicon valve. And then I'm going to want to open the gray. And there's water running through it, but it is not going to make it up the toilet without turning this guy on. So that really causes the hose to flex significantly. I'll make sure I'm not draining water all over the floor. That is really coming out. Nice. And just due to the way toilets work, at least household toilets work, you can just drain it right in and it will go down the sewer, no problem. So I'm glad I put a little bit of weight on that because that's coming out at a pretty good clip. So we'll just come back out here and from what I understand, the sound of the Sanicon will change when it's done. And this is pretty firm right now. There's a lot of pressure here. Just curious if I have any leaks going on here or not. Seems to be doing okay. Oh, we're already down to 43. Looks like zero's not really zero. It's still going. It's definitely still going. I believe there's a calibration. I don't know where this number is coming from. I know Silverleaf has a calibration you can do for your tanks. You calibrate them at empty. There we go. So clearly it's run dry, so time to shut that off. One thing I'll note, so that hose really expanded quite a bit and there was a fair amount of motion. So when putting this into a campground, you're going to want to make sure you're actually screwed in using the threads that are built in. If you can't do that, you're going to want to put some pretty good weight on top of it. This is going to have a tendency to shoot out, and the hose as it expands, causes this thing to twist around a little bit too. So you'll probably want to make sure that's secured and visually watch it. When you turn it on, make sure excuse me, make sure it doesn't come flying out, make a mess. So you may want to dump a little bit of the gray tank first before you dump your black tank, just to make sure that doesn't go crazy, so that you make a mess with gray water instead of black water. And then once you're confident that it's going to work, stop dumping your gray and dump your black, and then dump your gray, because you want to dump your gray last so that what's in the hose isn't completely disgusting. So all I'm going to do here is just lift the hose up and use gravity to get the rest of the water out of the hoses, and that's it. So I'm also, of course, going to shut these drains off, right, and close things up, and that's that.